Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, it is entrepreneurship of class 11th. Just we are going through the 13th chapter of your text. That is project report. In last lesson, I told you that how we can formulate the project report. Today, let us know that what is the planning commission's guidelines for formulating project report. यानी प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट को तैयार करने के लिए इसमें कुछ गाइडलाइंस दी गई हैं प्लानिंग कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया। उन गाइडलाइंस को हमारे लिए मुशक्कस करता है। वो किसी भी किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इसके लिए पाबंद बनाता है दैट यू हैव टू फॉलो दीज गाइडलाइंस। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अब जो है हमारा जो प्रोसेस जो है ये प्रपोजल से शुरू होता है रिगार्डिंग एनी ऑर्गेनाइजिंग यूनिट। वी आर जस्ट स्टार्टिंग विद प्रपोजल्स एंड अराइव एट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन। यानी अब हमें लास्ट पर जो डिसीजन है वो हमें इन्वेस्टमेंट का डिसीजन आता है। फैसला हमें लेना है कि हमें अब इन्वेस्ट पैसा करना है किसी भी यूनिट को शुरू करने के लिए। लेकिन इसके लिए इट इज़ नॉट एन ईजी प्रोसेस। इट इज़ नॉट ए प्रोसेस दैट वी कैन स्टार्ट एट आवर ओन ऑन आवर ओन चॉइस, बिकॉज देयर आर सम ऑफ द रूल्स रेगुलेशंस that are fixed by the Planning Commission of India, and we have to follow these guidelines inevitably. So these guidelines for preparing or formulating this project report fixed by Planning Commission of India, they start from the प्रोजेक्ट फार्मुलेटिंग स्टेज। यानी अब हमने प्रोजेक्ट को शुरू करने का जो मरहला है वहाँ से शुरू किया है अप टू द सैंक्शन स्टेज। यानी डिफरेंट स्टेजेस, फार्मुलेशन स्टेज, अप्रेजल एंड लास्ट इज द सैंक्शन स्टेज। दीज आर 3 stages. Throughout these 3 stages we have to follow the guidelines formulated by the Planning Commission of India. We have to, these involve the identification of the investment options by the enterprise। यानी आपको देखता है कि वो इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शंस जो हमारे पास हैं उनको आइडेंटिफाई किया जाता है। उनमें भी प्लानिंग कमीशन की गाइडलाइंस जो हैं उनको फॉलो करना पड़ता है। और अब हमें मशवरा करना पड़ता है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मिनिस्ट्री से, प्लानिंग कमीशन से या दूसरे जो अथॉरिटीज़ जो हैं उनको हमें कंसल्ट करना पड़ेगा सो दैट द गाइडलाइन इज फार्मुलेटेड बाय द प्लानिंग कमीशन दे कैन बी फॉलोड इन लेटर एंड स्पिरिट। सो इन दैट वेरी कॉन्टेक्स्ट वी हैव टू फॉलो द डिफरेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लेवल्स, द प्लानिंग कमीशन एंड ऑल द अथॉरिटीज रिलेटेड टू आवर यूनिट। नाउ कीपिंग दीज guidelines in view, the advantages of these guidelines in view, we have to discuss them one by one. First among them is general information. So general information includes when we prepare the feasibility report. हमने अब feasibility report prepare करना है that where we are going to start our unit, how it is feasible for us, how it is feasible for the general masses, how it is feasible for the government, how it fulfills the rules and regulations formulated by the government. So we have to follow the general information related to this unit. General information is they are being followed in context of the guidelines given by the Planning Commission of India. In this general information we have to see the past performance of the industry, that how this industry has remained useful for the public as a whole, has remained useful for the nation, has followed the rules and regulations formulated by the government. So in that very context, it is seen that what is the priority of the industry, increase in production, whether it helps us to increase the production, what is the role of the public sector, or allocation of investment of funds, choice of techniques. These are different things which are included in the general information. So it is the first guideline formulated by Planning Commission that you have to follow the general information when you are going to start a project. So this feasibility report, it should include the general information related to our unit. Second is preliminary analysis of alternatives. So now we have different alternatives lying with us. We have, it includes the present data included from demand to supply of the output, demand of the output and the supply of the output. It includes different data regarding the demand and supply, and we have to fill up the gap in a very moderate way. While implementing this project report, we have to see the things which are related to the supply of the supply and the demand fulfilled by this project. We have to see the capacity and the level of production actually attained. हमें देखना है कि हमें डिमांड कितनी है, क्या हम उस डिमांड को पूरा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कैपेसिटी क्या है यूनिट की. This is very much important so far as the licenses are concerned. We have to see the different options, alternatives, feasible to us, and we have to consider them at the preliminary stage. हमें देखना है मुख्तलिफ स्टेजेस जो हैं, क्या हम हर स्टेज पर अब जो हैं डिमांड पूरा कर सकते हैं. अब प्रोजेक्ट जो हमने उसकी लोकेशन को देखना है, हमने देखना है कि इसका फॉरेन एक्सचेंज अर्नर है ये because Planning Commission keeps all these things in view. Whether the unit that we are going to start, we are going to formulate, whether the project we are going to start, whether it is a foreign exchange earner, whether it is profitable for the nation as a whole. So these different alternatives we have to go through. Third is project description. So the feasibility should also provide a brief description of the technology process. यानी अब हमें टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस जो है, जो हमने चूज़ की है प्रोजेक्ट के लिए, इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जो रिलेवेंट है हमारे प्रोजेक्ट के साथ. These things are to be included in project description. We have to describe the project that we are going to start. We have to see the environmental effects of the project. That is to be included in the feasibility report. We have to keep in view the population, water, air, land, fauna and flora, plants, different things, or the animals in the surrounding areas, what is the impact of this project over them. So we have to keep all these things in view. We have to see the project's this pollution emitted from this project, other environmental discretions. We have to keep in mind all these things. Transport costs, organizational structure, we have to see all these things. And then market plan, it contains different things. Data on the market plan, we have to see that what is our planning related to the marketing of the product, the areas, surrounding areas, how we can serve them, the methods for the domestic supply or the home delivery. That is very much important in prevailing conditions. It is to be seen so far as the guidelines formulated by the Planning Commission of India. We have to see, relating to guidelines, we have to see the past trends. And then fifth, it is capital requirements. What is the requirement of the capital? How we can arrange the capital? Then operating requirements and cost. Now we are operating the unit. We are going to start our unit, and we are now getting the output, and supplying it to the required these agencies. We have to see the operating costs, whether they are high or low, whether we can compete the our competitors in the market or not. We have to see the fuel, utilities, labor, repair, maintenance, and then financial analysis. We have to analyze the finance that we can arrange. We have to see the income tax, these rebates. We have to see the different economic affairs. We have to see the Bureau of Public Enterprise. Different things are to be seen in this. And it is economic analysis. We have to see that how economically it is beneficial for the nation as a whole. We have to see, as I already told you, the labor and capital or the foreign exchange involved. So, and last, this is miscellaneous aspects. We have to see the other aspects that are related to this guidelines provided by the Planning Commission of India relating to the formulating of the object, formulating of this project. We have to see these different electronic data, cash flow statement, these many computers, methods of accounting. These are miscellaneous aspects related to the guidelines formulated by the Planning Commission of India. So these are 9 guidelines formulated by the Planning Commission while going through a project report. So this is enough for today. Thanks.